evening. You're listening to Faces for Radio with James Evans,
Miles Poole,
and Alex Stratton-Lake.
We've got an amazing show lined up for you tonight.
All the usual features. We've got Would I Tell the Truth to You?
Fantastic.
Would You Rather? All that sort.
Yeah, it's
all
brilliant.
That jazz.
Yeah.
We gave away a prize last week.
Yeah, doing another one this week.
Yeah. The prize this week is a signed photograph of one of us.
Do we allow a listener to choose, or do we just pick randomly?
Yeah. Choose.
No, they get to choose. So,
well, this could get bitter quickly.
Have that at the forefront of your mind right now. Who do you want a signed photo of from the Faces Radio team? James Evans, Miles Poole, or Alex Stratton-Lake?
Exciting.
It is exciting. I'm excited for the listeners, if I'm honest.
Well, someone's got to be.
What else have we got to talk about? I've got to say sorry for not putting the last show online. This show and the last show will go up online tomorrow, probably.
That's what you said last week.
It is what I said last week, but I've learnt my lesson. I've learnt my lesson not to lie to the listeners.
Yeah, so we apologise for that, and we've told him not to do it again.
And I've taken that criticism on board.
Yep, stern words were shared.
Yep.
I think we're all better for it.
Yeah. I'd like to think so. I'd like to think that I've grown as a person, if that makes sense.
Talking of stern words, didn't you read an email with a lot of stern words in it?
Yeah, I was just looking at the emails that we got in, and we just got one in, like just as the previous show cut off, saying, "You best not be leaving DK. We will make the next DJ's life a ruddy misery. Thanks."
Didn't actually say ruddy.
It didn't say ruddy. It said
a word that
word.
We're not allowed to say on air.
So we're kind of worried about that. But if St Ives boys, if you're listening, please don't.
Yeah, we're no DK. We'll be honest. I mean, I've never heard DK, but I can assure you his output is of a higher quality than ours.
But there's more of us, so value for money surely lies with our show.
This is all free. We're doing this for free. They're listening for free. There's no
James. Whose side do you on here?
Involved. Well, theirs, to be honest. If it's a choice between you two and a group of anonymous strangers, then who do you think I'm going to side with?
Fair point.
Good point.
Have we got a song?
Yeah, we do. First up, we've got Mountain Sound by Of Monsters and Men.
I really like this song.
That was Of Monsters and Men with Mountain Sound.
Great song.
I've never heard it before.
James, you've said it before, all right?
I really like it.
Let the listeners decide.
I think it's fine.
We should
Oof.
Just fine.
It's fine.
Miles, calm down with those crushing words of criticism. All right, let's move on. We introduced this feature last week. I think it was a smashing success.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I think so, yeah.
It's been revamped. We've now just formulated a jingle for it, so it's even better than ever. Miles, will you start us off?
Would I
tell the truth to you?
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Just made that up in the last song.
Fantastically. Brilliant.
Okay, so the idea of this feature is two of us will tell a story, and then the remaining presenter is going to question the two, and then you listeners are going to have to try and decide which one of the stories is in fact truthful.
We have a theme for this week. It's parties.
Yeah.
So, Miles, do you want to tell the listeners how they can get in contact?
Right, if you want to contact us, you can text in on 075 071 87777, or you can email at studio@radio.warwick.ac.uk.
And tell us whose story is true, and you'll win a signed photograph of one of the presenters. And let us know which presenter you want the signed photograph of as well, of course.
Or can we do combinations? Can we do two?
Ooh, I don't know.
Might have to charge.
Charge for the extra person.
I don't know. I think that's a bit radical.
We'll see. If you ask nicely, maybe.
If you really want a photo of me and Miles together, I'm sure that can be arranged.
Yeah.
We'll discuss it as the show goes on, but let's get this underway. Who wants to start first?
Shall I go first?
Okay, you can kick off, Miles.
I'll kick off. Can't remember how long ago it was. A few years ago, I was invited to a friend's birthday party, and I thought it was fancy dress.
Right.
I got there in a penguin costume, and everyone was smart casual.
Awkward.
Kind of awkward.
Awkward penguin.
I don't know how that happened. I heard the wrong information from someone.
Unfortunate.
That's the basis
Okay.
of my story.
Okay.
James.
Well, this was, I don't know, what, maybe 3-4 years ago now?
Did neither of you know when things happened to you?
Well, it's a useful device for one of us who is lying, doesn't it? Because it makes it look like... Although I've not thought this through at all, because my story's true, of course. Or is it? That's the game.
God,
That's
the
game
pressure's
we're
getting
playing.
on him
Would
already.
I tell the truth to you? Anyway, 3 or 4 years ago, I attended a New Year's Eve party. Last one I was invited to. And I was chasing a friend in the garden of the house the party was being held at. And it was dark. I didn't see that there was a pond in my path. I fell into it, completely soaked myself through, and spent the rest of the party wandering around in my boxers and socks.
Right, fair enough. All right, I'll get my
You actually made that sound believable.
get my interrogator
Maybe it
boots
is
on.
believable.
All right, guys, calm down.
Getting
Now,
heated.
I feel that James's story is already like, it's not convincing me because you
A bit
named
watery.
it. You were chasing.
Hey! Superb.
Named it. You were chasing a friend, and we've learned
Is
from
the
James's
implausible part that
previous
I have a
stories.
friend, or that I was at a party. Is that what's implausible about this? Not the pond.
Well, neither of us were being chased by you at this party, so I don't know who else you'd be chasing. So that's an implausible part of the story right there.
It was actually a mutual friend of ours, Alec.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but I
Of
know
course you couldn't. Of course you couldn't.
Because you were at this party, okay?
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Well, that's exciting. Unfortunately, I don't remember much which happens at parties.
Well, especially not New Year's Eve parties. That's kind of the point of them. Although we do not advocate the use of alcohol. Certainly not on air, anyway. And by that, I mean we don't advocate the use of alcohol whilst we are on air.
Not actually
I don't mean
while
we don't advocate the use of alcohol in the studio.
Yeah.
But we don't do that either. Anyway.
You can have it. We're not saying you don't have the freedom to,
Yeah.
but we're not advocating it. We're not saying it's a good idea. It's an idea.
It's out there, okay? It's out there now. Just deal with it. All right? Shall we get back to the game?
Right, yeah, sorry. Okay, James. I mean, was no one concerned that you were just wandering around in your boxers?
People have come to expect it of me.
Yeah, were you not offered any clothes? Were there no clothes in the wardrobe in the house?
I think... I'm trying to remember whose party it was, but I don't think I was really that close friends with whoever was hosting this party. I don't know if I was even invited.
So you were at a party which you weren't invited to, just strolling around in your boxers because you'd fallen.
And no one gave it a second thought. That's the long and short of it.
Did you? Just one last question. Did you cause any damage to the pond or any wildlife that was in the pond?
No physical damage from me either falling in the pond or wandering around in my boxes, but probably quite a lot of psychological scars that day.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Miles.
Yeah.
What? I mean, it's not someone's like neutral response to go, party, it must be fancy dress. People don't assume it's fancy dress, so why were you thinking it was fancy dress?
I think I was probably told by someone as a joke. I think this was probably before Facebook and things, when you had
Before
like...
Facebook and things? Before social networking?
Yeah, when you... Well,
What was that like?
How young were you going to parties?
7 or 8?
No, like, on Bebo they didn't have, like, events and things, did they?
I suppose not.
Used to love Bebo, that was great.
Anyway, that's another discussion.
So there wasn't, like, a go-to place to find out whether this party was or wasn't.
So you just
Fancy dress.
took your...
No, I just think someone told me. I can't remember who or why.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, what does this penguin suit look like? I mean, was it?
It was it was a I've still got it. It's like a complete all-in-one onesie,
if you will.
sort of thing. And there's like a beak sort of coming out, and I'm looking out of the mouth of the
I mean, were you not?
penguin.
I'm only wondering because were you not wearing anything underneath the costume, so you could just take it off?
But it just not clothes, just underwear.
Well, clearly, Miles isn't as comfortable in his underwear at a party
Exactly.
as I am. So the real question is, who do you think would be more comfortable strolling around nearly naked?
And I think we'll leave the feature on that question.
Yep.
Listeners,
Yeah.
please,
If you've got
please
any more
ring or...
questions,
Text in on the number, which is
075 071 87777, or the email is studio@radio.warwick.ac.uk.
So do you think I wandered around in my boxes at New Year's Eve, or do you think Miles wandered around as a penguin at another party? And do you have any questions about these rather ridiculous tales?
Could they be the same party?
Well, that would be a
I don't
rather
remember.
interesting twist, wouldn't it?
I don't remember seeing anyone in their boxes.
Like Inception, but not at all, or in any sense.
Oh, so we have another song.
Right, next song is Mumford & Sons, I Will Wait. Good evening, this is Miles Poole with the FFR Newscast. We have just received the news that today is the 1 year and 12-day anniversary of Graham Parker from Hampshire having finally completed his Rubik's Cube. If you didn't hear the story at the time, Mr. Parker had spent the past 26 years trying to solve the cube. It felt like it had taken over my life, Graham commented. I cannot tell you what a relief it was. We in the studio would like to congratulate them on their special day. In other news, Yate Indoor Bowls Club hopes to continue playing in the town despite being evicted from its base. Members of the club, which was forced out of Yate Leisure Centre, are looking for alternative premises. The only way is up. We're trying to be positive and sort ourselves out, said someone. Finally, a woman had to be rescued by firefighters after falling asleep in the toilets of a VHS sales facility in Reading. The 39-year-old fell asleep and awoke to find herself cruelly imprisoned by the corporate giant after it closed at 6 p.m. on Saturday. The woman managed to grab the attention of a passerby who notified the police of her capture. Firefighters said she was upset but not unwell following her incredibly traumatic ordeal. Tune in next time for another FFR Newscast. Thanks for listening.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, dear.
Is there anything from that we want to discuss in more detail?
That final story is quite shocking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
What I don't understand is... Okay. Well, so, I mean, there's numerous things I don't understand with that story. One thing is... so, this woman's locked into a BHS store. Why are firefighters involved? As if it's like an immediate danger that what she might combust.
You would
have thought that someone
think
would
they'd
just get some
contact someone with a
keys.
key.
Yes.
Yeah, you would think that. But I think this raises a broader question, and that is, which shop, department store would you most like to be trapped in?
For how long?
Overnight.
Overnight.
Or maybe a week.
How long was this woman trapped in?
Few hours.
3.25 hours.
Oh, that's
I
not
think.
much. She should have just gone back and had a nap again.
Yeah.
In
Gone
the
to
toilet.
cafe.
She can't go to the cafe. She's locked in the toilet.
Oh, yeah. No, well,
Well, no, she couldn't have been locked in the toilet because she got the attention of a passerby.
Window, Alec. Window.
You don't have windows in the toilet, do you?
What do you mean you don't have windows
Maybe.
in the toilet? Of course you have windows in the toilet.
Well, who's the passerby looking through the windows of the toilet then? That's creepy
They're not
in itself.
looking in the windows. She's shouting out and she's going, "Oi! Oi, I'm trapped! I'm trapped in the toilet in BHS!" That's what she's doing.
And you just go, "Oh, no thanks."
No, you wouldn't. You might, but I wouldn't. So
I
I'm
think
a
that'd be a bit
person than
fishy.
you, so
How does she get trapped in?
she fell asleep
know.
and then they
I don't
closed the
understand
store.
how you can fall asleep in the toilet.
Yeah, that's
such a
another
ridic-
question.
I don't believe this story, full stop.
Why have you reported on it then?
Miles, you're the one who broke the story.
I was there at the time again with my notepad and my little hat.
You locked her in, didn't you?
This is all a setup. It's all a conspiracy. You heard it here first. We're breaking this news as well.
Right. So which shop, department store, whatever?
Probably
What do
John
you think?
Lewis. Probably John Lewis. High quality goods.
Do they have
Good
food
customer
in there?
service.
I'd
Food.
like to go somewhere with food.
there's
Yeah,
some
but-
food in there.
You wouldn't be able to see anything, would you? Because it would be dark, presumably.
They sell lamps. They don't cut off the electricity at a certain time, do they?
Don't they?
Or maybe they do.
Maybe.
I don't know. I haven't fallen asleep on a toilet of a department store and become trapped, so I don't really know the answer to these questions.
Somewhere with beds, really.
That'd be.
You'd want. wouldn't
Oh,
you?
yes.
House
yeah.
of Fraser, maybe.
But if you're trapped in a shop, you might want to make the most of it, not just sleep through it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I've gone to House of Fraser on numerous occasions and for the sole purpose of trying out the beds and sofas.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, I've done that while the shop's open. I can do it while it's closed, I suppose.
We sat on a sofa once in House of Fraser, myself and Alec, and we were actually sort of kicked out of the store for doing so because we were there for so long. We were there for what, maybe an hour, 2 hours.
We didn't have any. Were you watching the TV?
We didn't have any money for a coffee shop, so we just sat on the sofa in House of Fraser. I think we tried to convince her we were a gay couple starting a family, but she wasn't buying into it.
No. But can you imagine if that story was true and she didn't buy into it? That would have been
It'd be
awkward.
quite
wouldn't
offensive, wouldn't it?
I don't think that would. I just think any two people,
Yeah.
regardless of their gender, sitting on a sofa in a shop for hours on end would probably result in them getting kicked
We were
out.
merely trying out the product.
Yeah, we're trying out the products. You're going to sit on that sofa for hundreds of hours, thousands of hours even. What is 2 to thousands? You know?
500s.
Well, exactly.
Actually,
Exactly.
we've also like nicked coffee from House of Fraser as well, haven't we?
I don't say nicked on the radio. We didn't steal it.
Borrowed.
We tested it on numerous occasions. Yeah, it was good. They've got, in fact, go to House of Fraser if you're bored on a Sunday and you've got no money.
Yeah, we've really
Then,
hyped it up, actually, haven't we?
House
Free
of Fraser
Starbucks.
is the place to be. Really is.
Fair enough. I reckon a supermarket would be pretty good.
Yeah, well,
Just
overnight.
because there's all the food.
I think it would be quite unnerving because they're so large. They're sort of warehouses almost, aren't they?
Can you imagine when a store opens and there's just you surrounded by chocolate just on the floor? Oh, I'll pay for it later.
Oh dear.
Or IKEA. They walk in the morning and you're just surrounded by furniture you've built out of boredom.
I can. That's a place where you could feasibly get locked in because it
Yeah.
is so massive
big.
and it's so easy to get lost in there that you like you
And to
know
fall
after
asleep
hours.
on one of the products,
Exactly.
one of the showrooms.
Exactly. But yeah, I still don't understand why there was firefighters involved.
Yeah.
It's just odd news stories, aren't they? Really.
And
They're
why
just odd.
if-
That is the point.
If the passerby phoned the police, why did the fireman come?
Yeah, that another mystery
Another
of the
question.
world. Yeah.
Do you think they just like pass it off when they can't be bothered for something? You know, if there's a small time robbery and the police just can't be bothered to go,
And the fire department.
send an
They got nothing
ambulance.
to do.
I don't
Send an
know.
ambulance. Might work. The flashing lights will sort of warn people that there's some sort of authoritative presence about.
That's all that matters.
It's all that matters.
Yeah.
I've got an interesting story about the police, actually, or about. Well, it's a story which involves the police, really. That's the link to this story. An elderly couple bought a plant at a car boot sale, and it was recently raided by the police because it turned out to be an absolutely huge cannabis plant. And they were unwittingly growing it, so the story said.
What?
Or so they said.
What terrible drug dealers? I mean, who goes to a car boot sale
Well,
to sell your illegal products?
I assume that the person at the car boot sale was also oblivious to what they were selling.
They probably walked past and saw pot plants. I'll have one of those.
Yeah, exactly. I think that is just what happened.
Surely, at some point in the life of this marijuana plant, someone must have known what it was.
That's a funny smell, isn't it? I've never smelled a plant like that before since back in the 60s. Oh, God, that takes me back. Oh,
I'll buy
Is
it.
that fennel?
it's a strange
That's
strain of
hilarious.
fennel that you're growing there. It almost looks like one of those reggae albums.
That's so funny.
Oh,
That's such an odd story.
Yeah. Oh, you must imagine that they must have smoked something because why would the police be involved? The police don't go around random houses and go, "Can we check your back garden, please?
Maybe-
Just in case. Just in case."
Maybe there was a small fire and the entire neighbourhood, well, got high effectively from this plant. Maybe that was how
Tragic
they were
event.
notified. And, the fire department should have really turned up, but as we've already established, that they just sort of pass jobs on between themselves, don't they? So
yeah.
the police turned up and sorted the situation.
That'd probably be a good disguise if they were actually drug dealers. Just dress up as an elderly couple.
Well,
Dress up
how
as
can
an
you
elderly
dress up
couple.
as an elderly couple.
You can wear what you would think an elderly couple would wear, but I don't think that would get past you as looking like an elderly couple.
Maybe or maybe not.
No,
It seems to have worked out
worth
for
a
these
try,
for
isn't it?
these
Yeah. They got away with
pranksters,
it,
doesn't it?
yeah.
Right. Well, what
Okay.
have we got? What have we got next? Eddie? I think we've
What
done.
do we have?
I've got down on my page chat/cannabis/cannabis, and I think we've exhausted that topic and that pun.
Are you sure
So-
we've done all 3 of those?
Yep.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Without a
I
doubt.
think so.
All right, good
Right.
stuff.
What's next?
We've got a couple of messages
Oh, okay.
already. We've got one. Both of them think James is telling the truth, which is quite upsetting. Hurt my feelings.
Sorry, Miles.
First one, I think James is telling the truth. I don't think many men would need that much excuse to walk around in their pants anyway. If I do win a photo of James, could he please keep his clothes on?
Well, she wants a photo of me then.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
from
she's-
Laura.
It's a little bit awkward, isn't it?
Yeah. Nah.
Well,
She did say if.
she wants a photo of me.
No,
and-
she said if.
What do you mean if?
She
Well,
didn't
does she want a photo
specify.
or not?
She didn't
really?
specify.
Well,
Ah.
okay. But
Next
anyway,
message.
Anyway. Laura is Miles's girlfriend, and she's requested a photo of me, is what I'm getting at here. It's just thought I'd get that message across. So, she's a big fan of the show as well, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Probably not anymore now I've made those comments. Anyway,
Second message from Andrew. Any story in which James ends up stripped to his boxes is likely to be true. A question for Miles. Do you still own the penguin outfit?
and do you?
I do, yeah. It's a bit small now, but it's somewhere. I think it's probably in my wardrobe somewhere. at home.
Because this party occurred when you were about 6 years old, didn't it?
Oh, it was secondary school, probably early year 8 or 9, maybe.
Year 8 or 9?
Yeah.
You were going to parties at year 8 or 9?
We went to parties a year
Yeah.
ago,
I did. You say we? I was never invited to
you
any
barely
of
ever go
these.
to parties anyway.
All right. Sorry to bring that up again. All right.
So
Yeah.
not only do you have a terrible reputation of not having any friends on this radio show, but as we've just heard, you also seem to have the reputation of just stripping
Taking your
off.
clothes off.
The two
yeah.
are correlated. The two are connected in various ways.
So there we go. Both of them. We've got 2
Going
votes
for
for
me.
James at the minute.
Oh, yes.
If you have any more questions or you want to guess who it was, 075 071 87777 or studio@radio.warwick.ac.uk.
We got another song for
We've
them?
got another song. We've got Colours by Group Love.
Yeah, I am a man, up in the air. And I run around this town and act like I don't care.
That was Colours by Group Love.
Good song.
Right. Up now, we've got our flagship feature.
Way. Would you?
Would you
Would you?
rather?
Beautiful. You've really got the harmony
Yeah.
down to a
I
T
think
there.
we're getting good at that.
Yeah, I think we are. And I think it won't be long until we get the "Would I Tell the Truth to You" jingle to
Spot on.
Yeah,
Well,
a similar sort of perfection.
Give it time. Give it 2 terms worth of shows, and
We'll see
maybe
how we
you'll
go, yeah.
maybe you'll have it.
Yeah.
Who's got the would I?
Right.
Yeah.
Would I lie to you? Would you rather this week?
Yeah. They'll kind of mould into one
Yeah.
another, don't they? A bundle of nonsense. Okay. Sorry.
All right.
Right, the would you rather this week is: would you rather be an owl who suffers from a continuous existential crisis? So, you know, he suffers with the problems about the meaning of life and what's his place in the world.
Sort of a bit depressed.
A little bit depressed,
Yeah, a
yeah.
bit
Yeah.
depressed.
Or would you rather be a giraffe who suffers from short-term memory loss? It's a
What a
problem.
ridiculous question.
It's a choice that many people have to go through,
In
and
their
I think we
everyday
should have
lives,
to
yeah.
discuss it.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Do either of you have any strong views on this?
Owls can twist their neck all the way around.
Yeah.
That's a bonus for me. That's
All right.
so. That's
David
probably
Attenborough,
swung
thanks
me,
for that.
It's probably swung me one way more than the other.
It swung you right round 360 degrees, doesn't
They
it?
can't do that 360
Can they
degrees.
not?
No.
Oh,
'Cause that would just
wouldn't
break their
make
necks,
sense, would it? No, okay, sorry. Wasn't thinking of the bone structure. I was thinking more of sort of cartoons.
Just to clarify, these are real owls and real giraffes, not cartoon owls. And cartoon
Okay,
giraffes.
all right.
It's a serious topic.
Sorry.
James.
So Mars, you want to be an owl?
Well, are we still sort of human? Up
Yeah,
there?
it's your personality. It's all your memories. You
So,
know.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can
Wow.
you can talk to humans and you can talk to the other owls or the other giraffes. You're a giraffe.
Yeah, but
So,
your whole life you're plagued with, the mysteries of the universe, and they're just getting on your nerves. They're just
suppose-
sort of.
Yeah. If you're a giraffe, you might be also, but you'll just forget about it.
Yeah.
True.
Well,
true.
yeah. So why
James?
are you the owl? That's what I'm.
Because
Because of the neck thing.
because mainly
Purely because you can twist your neck.
they got
I
big
can
eyes
twist
as
my
well.
neck quite far. Do you want to be me?
James, you can't turn your head 360
I
degrees.
can't
You haven't
turn
thought
it
this through.
360 degrees. I can turn it quite far though.
Oh yeah.
Quite far.
Go on.
Yeah.
45.
Shall I do it now? I
Yeah.
mean, this is rubbish radio. Sorry.
Do it.
Ow! Oh, ow! No, don't want to do that.
Wow.
That was something.
Ooh.
I wish you were on TV.
You're missing out, listeners. If you're not watching the webcam, you're missing out. I turned my neck back slightly.
And injured yourself in the process.
Yeah, I sort of panicked a bit there. I thought I wasn't going to get back. I thought I was gonna...
Definitely.
Do you think owls ever face that? And they think, shit. I mean, if I turn this far around, will I get back? Do you think there's some owls who are just walking forwards but always facing the other way?
Do you reckon they ever lose track of which way they've turned? They're facing the other way, and they're like, which way do I turn back? I can't remember.
Yeah, that would be difficult. And if you're suffering from an existential crisis while that's going on, I mean, it's going to be a downer of a day.
Absolute nightmare. But what about the giraffe? I mean, the long neck surely does something for you, Miles.
They can't fly.
No, they can't. Again,
It'd be awful if they
Attenborough-like revelation here.
could.
They can't, giraffes can't fly. Everyone take a note.
I like my short-term memory. That's the trouble.
Well,
What about your long term?
Nah.
No,
I can do without that, but the short term, man.
that's where all the good stuff is.
Yeah.
Okay, so Miles has picked the owl. James, I mean, which animal are you feeling more
I'll go with
favourable
the
to?
giraffe. I'll go with the giraffe.
Oh yeah,
Because if you don't have a short-term memory, you've got no worries, have you?
that's true. But as Miles has pointed out, you can't fly. Are you okay with that?
I
Or turn your
have
neck.
managed for 20 years without flying or turning my neck 360 degrees, and I think I could manage another 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But do you not think you would put like a block between your relationship between the other giraffes if you kept forgetting their names?
Do it.
Have you thought this completely through, James?
But I'm the only giraffe with human characteristics anyway. So
Yeah, but you can
that's
still
gonna-
talk to you can still talk to the other giraffe.
Gonna
You'd be
hurt.
like, "You're right, you're right,
How's it going
Alfred."
up there?
I'd bore of them. If they didn't have a
Ooh.
human mind.
They won't
I'd
like
say,
you.
All I'd be able to say is, have you got enough food? Do you want to mate? Actually, those are the only questions I ask people anyway. So, actually, no. I'll take the giraffe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
think I think I'll stick with the owl.
Okay.
I don't think having an
Existential crisis.
yeah, I don't think that would bother me that much.
No.
Because
Is that just because you don't know what it is?
I. No,
You're sort of unsure, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But no. Yeah. Probably.
Should we move on?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if you've got any opinions about that,
What about the would you rather or your incoherent mumbling?
either, whatever. If you've got anything to say to us whatsoever, 075 071 87777 or studio@radio.warwick.ac.uk. There's a lot of dots in that, isn't there? Just keeps going.
There is, yeah. You think that's a general problem with email addresses?
Maybe that's a
Normally-
discussion we should have.
Most email addresses have like one, maybe two, but that's got three.
That's why we receive so few messages, isn't it?
That's definitely
Because
the
people
problem.
do 2 dots and then they go for the third and they go, no, I'm sorry, that's taking the mick. I'm not doing that.
You've had your fill. You've had enough dots.
What? What are you talking about?
Right. Another song.
Okay,
Would
what
you
is
like
it?
another song?
Yes, please.
Here you
God.
go.
I think James wants to leave.
It's not. The show's almost. I've got to do my blooming feature, haven't I? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on.
Right.
Let's get on with this.
Maximo
Get this
Park.
out of the way. All
This
right.
is Maximo Park. Apply some pressure.
You know that I would love to see you next year. I hope that I am still alive.
My third recipe this week is special spaghetti pretzels. Now this is a really tasty dish. You can have it as a side or a main. Get some spaghetti from a tin, preferably. Leave out to dry. Tie in a knot. Leave out to dry a bit more. And you've got a sort of pretzel item that you can probably consume in some way. That's been my Cooking Corner this week. Tune in next week for another amazing Cooking Corner. And that was that.
That's pretty good.
My ears are ringing.
Were the volumes okay on that? Can someone...
We're going up to 6.5. That's fine.
Great. I got a message last week and someone asked if the Cooking Corner segment was pre-recorded. As if anything on this show is of a high enough standard to have been pre-recorded.
But that's a confidence boost, surely.
Oh yeah, but I felt a lot of pressure this week, so I had to get everything out quite quickly and shout. You know, which is a change from all the other weeks.
It's usually quite mellow, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's usually quite a
Pretty chilled.
calm, relaxed segment. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, made all the better by the fact we got the original bed back.
We've got the original bed as opposed
The
to that
backing track.
whatever
That is
the
for
one
those
was last
uninitiated
week. I
in
remember.
radio lingo.
I think it was this. That's what it was last week.
That was rubbish.
It was awful.
Oof.
Dire.
Don't bring me back those bad memories.
Oh.
Did you like the sound of any of those recipes?
The pretzels.
Yeah, you like pretzels? Yeah.
Yeah, I like crumpets as well, but I
Hole
don't
punch
have a
and
hole
bread.
punch.
I'll lend you one. Lend you mine. Yeah.
I'll have to have a go at that as well then.
Yeah, take the residual bread out of it. Residue bread?
Residual?
Residual bread.
Don't know.
Yeah. Alec, anything?
Do you think you could make a side with, once you've hole punched your bread, then you can make another side
Croutons.
with... Yeah, exactly.
Croutons,
Yeah, so in fact, you've got 2 meals, huh?
Yeah. Delicious.
You've got to pick out the little circles of paper first. And then
Or leave that in.
leave them in, yeah, for protein.
No,
Fibre.
no,
Fibre, that's it.
No, a hole punch. You've got to have a separate hole punch for your kitchen. Okay?
Every good chef's got one.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get it
Hole
from
punch,
any reputable cookery store.
stapler, which will be featuring in my next week's Cooking Corner. So stay tuned for that
Can't wait. Right.
gut-wrenching recipe. Quite literally. Any texts?
Wow, we've got a few more texts.
Woo, exciting.
Another one from Laura. Just to clarify, you said the winner could get a photo of more than one of you. If I were to win, I'd pay a premium for a photo of all 3 of you, providing you can find a third person willing to take it.
Ooh,
Another.
bit harsh.
We don't
isn't
really
it?
know anyone else, do we? Just
Yeah, but you can go up to strangers, can't you?
Yeah,
I suppose.
people do that all the time for photos, don't they? Oh, take a photo of me and my mates.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure we can find someone that won't.
You make it sound like a general grievance.
Oh, it is annoying. It is annoying, though, isn't it?
You can say no. Actually, I mean, you can't say no.
You can't say no,
You can't
can
say
you?
no, can you?
Although you did something similar to that last week, didn't you? Because you don't understand people. I mean, I don't mean that in a deep sense, like you don't understand me. I mean, like you just don't understand anyone with an accent which isn't from the south of England.
Yeah, I'm absolutely terrible with accents. It gets so embarrassing when
which
you...
is what I'm talking about this incident.
Yes,
you know
I know what you're talking about. Well, I was about to say, like, you know, sometimes you'd say pardon and then they'd repeat it. And then you say, I mean, can I get away with saying pardon again?
Yeah.
And you say it a second time and you think, okay, well, the third time, I haven't heard again.
Yeah.
They've said it in the same accent and I don't know what's going on. I'll just smile.
You're smiling.
I used to do that. And I thought it's not getting me anywhere. It's making me seem rude.
Yep.
And I still don't know what they're saying. So now I just kind of go, and then walk on. Whenever I don't understand anyone.
You walk on, even in the middle of a conversation. You'd walk on.
Unless I'm in like an enclosed room, because then it would be awkward if I just moved to the other side of the room.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes, I was walking down the high street last week. And there was this middle-aged woman, very smartly dressed, nice handbag and holding a newspaper. And she just goes up to me and sort of says something in an accent, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
Uh-oh, it's happened again. I don't know what you're saying. And for some reason in my brain, it just clicked, she's trying to sell you something. She's trying to sell you something. And I went,
what?
no, thank you. And then walked on. And I thought, okay, well, I was quite polite there. You know, just,
You
no,
dealt
thank
with
you.
that well. You
Yeah,
dealt with that well, yeah.
No, thank you. And moved on politely. Then I realised, you know, when you kind of like, you don't hear something and then after a little while...
You can sort of replay it to yourself.
You replay it and then you hear it.
Yeah.
What I'd realised is that she'd actually said, where's the Tesco? which is just a few meters up the high street. And so she asked, "Where's Tesco?" And I went, "No, thank you," and and walks on. And I realised it's only a couple of steps afterwards, but I thought I can't go back. I can't face it. I'm gonna carry on. And so yeah.
Nice.
That is rather awkward.
Hopefully we won't get into such trouble when we ask for a photograph of the three of us.
No, hopefully not.
Hopefully not, no.
No one. We won't encounter anyone like you. Hopefully. Any more texts?
Yeah, we've got a couple more regarding the Would You Rather.
Oh yeah.
The first one is kind of a bit creepy. It's not got a name to it.
Okay.
It says, "I practically am a giraffe with short-term memory loss. I think I'd be a lot happier than the owl."
What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm practically a giraffe. Are you a giraffe? Are you not a giraffe? Tell me.
How can you practice for practical purposes? I am. What do you mean for practical purposes?
So yeah, that's an interesting text.
Yeah.
Do you think this
Thank you,
guy,
anonymous?
this guy or woman, has just like maybe got a long neck, has been bullied in school, and has just been called like giraffe as like a nickname?
And
they've taken that on board and just thought they are now a giraffe.
Although that wouldn't be possible if they had short-term memory loss, though, would it?
Oh, that's true.
So
Questions are abound.
Something really strange has happened to them.
Another message. Another one from Andrew, actually. James is telling the truth. No way Miles would wear and keep a penguin outfit from before the rise of social media. Also, along the lines of the Would You Rather, the existential owl would be my choice too, although I doubt a giraffe has anything important to remember.
Who sent that one in?
That was all from Andrew.
That was all from Andrew.
Big long one.
Yeah. Good.
That was good.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew. We need to pick a winner, don't we? Of the Would I Tell the Truth to You competition.
Of the two
We've had 2 entries. Shall we say
Well, there can only be one winner, and we've got 2 entries, so a choice needs to be made.
Should we flip a coin?
Let's flip a coin.
Yeah,
Okay, I've got a coin.
The answer was James. It was James.
It was
that
me, yeah.
fell in the pond.
Yeah.
Clumsy.
Very clumsy. Very embarrassing. Wandering around in my boxes the whole time.
There we go.
But you're proud of what you got.
All right, I've got 50p here, so...
Ooh, boastful.
Right.
You're not sharing that with the rest of us.
Heads is Andrew, tails is Laura.
Okay, all right. And... Heads it is!
Heads, Andrew. You win all the photos. We'll ask you who you want a photo of.
If you do want a photo.
If you do want a photo.
If not, Laura can have
Otherwise,
it.
yeah, we'll send it to Laura. So